No face cam. I'm doing this through OBS. Because normally I would be doing it on StreamYard, but StreamYard doesn't make the full screen because you see that stupid background, and I don't know how to fix that, and I just don't want to. I took a few minutes. I took probably 15, 20 minutes, and just calm down because there's a lot to think about. There's so much to think about how bad this team was, and I don't. Yeah, they're not gonna show it. I don't know if I go team stats. I think that should show up. Yeah, it follows. That's right. It's been a while since I've used StreamYard, so I'm trying to remember all this. Penalties, 14 for 75. That's kind of small. Sorry, I'm trying. Nope, I just accidentally paused and unpaused it. It's kind of small, but 14 of 75. 14 penalties, 75 yards. I'm trying so hard because I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to just it's one game, right? It's one game. It's week 3, right? It's week 3. It's not week 13. It's week 3. Okay? It's week 3. It's okay. It's not okay because this team is absolute ass, but we'll get into that. But no FaceTime or FaceTime. No whatever the hell. If I don't laugh, I'm gonna freaking cry. My throat is still a little sore. 5 sacks. Let's start with the O line. We'll start there. We'll start up front before I get to Jordan Love because I hate Jordan Love. I am going to be making a video on Matt LaFraud this week because Matt LaFraud is the dumbest motherfucker in the fucking world, and I fucking hate that motherfucker. He should have been fired 2 years ago. I'm done. We're not going to talk. We'll have to talk about him later because we're going to talk about his play calling. But we'll start with the O line. 5 sacks. 5 sacks. And one of them was Jordan Love. And we're going to talk about Jordan Love because Jordan Love looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. Freaking the worst I've ever seen this man look since probably his rookie year. 4 of those sacks, they just blitzed and just got home because we don't know what the hell we're doing. And we lost Zach Tom again on the first freaking play of the day. And obviously, yeah, like they don't show O-line because O-line doesn't really, do much. But Joe Flacco only got sacked twice. Only got sacked twice. I just like what's his name? What the hell's his name? Morgan. I'm gonna have to go to the frickin' roster to find it. Frickin' Arthur Morgan pops into my mind. It's not him. If I go play, do they show? No, they don't show penalties. If I go key play, no. No. Okay. Whatever his name is, Morgan. Whatever his name is, I can't remember his first name. It doesn't matter. He's a bitch. He's the worst. He's had 2 weeks. He came in for the Commanders game because Zach Tom was out, and he had like 3 penalties, 4 penalties, maybe even 5 penalties, all just on him. I don't have the stats. I don't have because it doesn't tell you who the penalties were on and whatever here. So I don't have I don't have the stats because I didn't count it. I did not count every freaking mess up he had. But he's our backup, and he should be left in Cleveland. Like he should be done. Like we get him off this team because he's not good at all. He's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. He's not good. Like he's the worst O-line I've ever seen. Like ever. Like he's that bad. He's so bad. I hate that man with a passion. He does not deserve to be on this NFL team. He can go play in this in the Canadian Football League, the CFL. Go ahead. I don't care. Like, you're bad. You're done, dude. Like, it's so bad. Like, if he doesn't get cut this weekend, this team is literally the worst team ever. Because why are you not cutting someone that has cost you almost 2 games? Because he almost cost you the game against the Commanders, too, when he came in. And was so bad that game, too. So, the fact that he can frickin' play and he probably won't get released this week because they don't know what the hell they're doing, even though we have new management. I'm sure they're not going to let him go, but we'll see. We'll see. We're down 2 O-line, 2 of our starting O-line, and it's just the worst thing ever. And that bitch man just, again, he probably had like a quarter of our flags alone. It's just, it's not good. It's not good at all. I don't know why. Our O-line today just looked like it was, I don't know, the 2019 Packers were, because they had nothing and they could never run, and then Josh Jacobs literally, 16 yards, 16 carries, 30 yards, averaging 1.9. His longest was 7. They had a fucking 38-yard run. 18 for 94, and they fucking finally broke through at the end because our defense was so gassed and so tired, and they were bad too. They had like 5 penalties on one drive, and then the Browns had 1 penalty, and it just backed them up for a field goal because they were backed up at the 18-yard line, and then they decided to do a little check down behind the line of scrimmage, which put them back at like the 21, 22-yard line, and then they locked in and got off the field with a field goal. But then the offense, fucking Jordan Love, we'll talk about him right now, threw the worst interception I've ever seen in my goddamn life, decides, you know what, I'm going to throw a slant where there's 3 fucking Browns! Why? That's not even the worst part. You want to know what the worst part that will stick out in my goddamn mind was the very end of that third quarter. You don't fucking hike the ball. That motherfucker took this right here, one of his sacks. That motherfucker took I'm looking at the total. That motherfucker took a 13-yard sack because he didn't fucking throw it away, because he decided to snap it on 3rd and 1 with 1 second left in the third quarter. He had to have been concussed today. Jordan Love had to have been concussed today because that second half, he looked like he was a rookie. He looked like he had never played a college football game. He never played a high school football game. He looked horrendous today. It just, I don't understand. Again, some of it because of the O-line. I understand that. That motherfucker had to have been hit 50,000 times. He had to have had a concussion by the third quarter. Because why are you snapping the ball with 1 second left and then you roll out and you don't even throw it away? You're outside the box. Throw the ball away. 4th and 1 to start the goddamn fourth quarter. I'm fine with that too. You didn't even do that. You just decided, I'm going to take a 13-yard sack and run backwards outside the fucking pocket because I'm just going to extend this play. No! Are you... He had to have been concussed. He had to have been concussed. This O-line literally had to have hurt Jordan Love. I would not be surprised if we get a freaking thing tomorrow that says, oh, Jordan Love is placed in IR for a concussion. Because that end of third quarter, all the way through the fourth quarter, he was not making sane plays. No sane QB was making those plays. Why would you throw into triple coverage on a slant? Just the fourth quarter he had such a bad second half. And that fourth quarter really, really showed it. I hope he's okay, because he did not look okay. I swear, something felt off about him. He felt like he was not, his head wasn't there. He felt like there was something actually wrong with him. I don't know what it is, but one of those sacks must have gotten to him. I really hope he's okay, because I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know why he suddenly started just playing a lot worse in that second half, why all of a sudden we can't move the ball even more because for some reason, Matt LaFleur loves to throw behind the line of scrimmage and loves to throw checkdowns that go for -5 yards every play. And then we get one play for Tucker Kraft for like 20 yards. Which, by the way, 3 receptions for 29 yards. So I'm 18. I'm exaggerating when I say 25. But 3 for 29. 5 for 44 for Jacobs. And then Matthew Golden had 4 for 52. That was it. Like, Romeo Doubs did nothing. Donovan Wicks did nothing. 2 for 21. I mean, it's just, like, Fitzpatrick had our only touchdown of the game, and, like, it's just because Jordan Love decided I'm going to roll out when there's 5,000 Browns on the right side of the field, and so we had to just throw crossbody back to the middle of the frickin' end zone, and luckily there was no Browns covering Fitzpatrick there. So, I just, like, our offense was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Again, I'm upset with the defense, too. But, shut out for 3 quarters. For 3 quarters. 3 fucking quarters. You shut them out. And then you allowed 13 points because Jordan Love does a fucking interception at the 25. Are you mental? God, I'm going to fucking hike it with 1 second left in the third. Oh, 13-yard sack. Let's punt the ball back and give the Browns a whole quarter to get back in this game rather than making it 3rd and 1 to start the 4th quarter. And then, you know what? You have 2 downs, in my opinion. I know they were at like the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. I forget exactly where they were, but they're on their side of the field. They're on their own side of the field. It was like 30, 35, somewhere in there. 3rd and 1. Run the ball with Jacobs. I know we didn't have a good day, but you can get 1 yard. Do the tight end sneak and have Kraft take it. He would have taken it for a long run, but it frickin' offsides on frickin' Morgan, or false start or whatever the hell it was, not offsides. And that backed us up from 3rd and 1 earlier in the game, which Tucker Kraft was trying to do the tight end sneak and then bounced off a guy and started running to the outside, and then they blew the whistle because of Morgan, bitch ass. There were so many options you could have done at the end of that 3rd quarter. Jordan Love has no trust to, change the play and call his own plays, apparently. Aaron Rodgers would not have snapped that ball, and I hate to compare him to Aaron Rodgers because Jordan Love is not that good of a QB. Jordan Love is not going to be a fucking Hall of Fame first ballot like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I really don't see it. This is, similar paths, obviously, blah, 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 blah. I know, like some of these fans love to defend Jordan Love to their dying breath. I don't see it. He looks mediocre a lot more than he looks like the greatest QB, like an Aaron Rodgers, like a Tom Brady, like a Joe Montana, like a Dan Marino. He's not even going to end up like a Dan Marino because, the furthest he's ever gotten is the divisional round. Like, he's never even gotten to the NFC Championship game while he's played. He's never gotten to the NFC Championship game so far. I said this last year to people. I've said it at work. I've said it to my friends. I do not think we win a Super Bowl with Matt LaFleur as our head coach. I don't. His schemes are bad. We always have good regular seasons. I think there was, one time where we had under 10 wins under Matt LaFleur, I think. If I remember correctly, I think there was 1 year. And I think that was the year we didn't make the playoffs in Rodgers' last year. Was that 2022? I think it was. Always have good regular seasons. We can make it past the wild card with Matt LaFleur, but then we play a real team, a real fucking contender, and we don't know how to play football in the divisional round. Or we get a bye, and then we play the Rams, and then we play the fucking Bucks in the NFC Championship game, and we don't know how to play football. Our defense was a lot worse back then than it was now. But 2 sacks on the day only against this Browns team, against this Browns O-line. They had a freaking day. The O-line had a day for the Browns. It was like they were struggling to get this sacks. Like they were really struggling. And yet, like, they were doing pretty good. Joe Flacco had this stupid interception right at the end of the first half where he just chucked it downfield. When they could have easily won this game like 28-10. Or something, or 24-10. Like, seriously, They had us from the very get-go because our offense looked bad from the first drive all the way to the end of the game, and progressively Jordan Love got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and check down and check down and check down and check down and check down, and Matt LaFleur doesn't know how to scheme and do anything and doesn't know. I don't know what they prepared for. I'm convinced they are already on to Dallas. They were on to Dallas already after they beat the Commanders a week and a half ago, basically. They went Commanders like, oh, we got a bye week against the Browns. No, you don't. I haven't been making a video in a while. I haven't done a video in a while. I've been talking at work how much I respect Myles Garrett, how much I love him as a player. He's a great, great, great player. You cannot overlook him. And look at what happens. Look at what happens. Look at. Is 10 greater than 13? I'm not the best at math, but I graduated fucking kindergarten. We finally have a good defense this year. And even like there were cracks even on early on against the Lions, which we took our foot off the gas. We really took our foot off the gas. And then we struggled offensively. Go back and watch that game. We struggled. We were putting up points, we were moving the ball, blah 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 blah. The Commanders were literally in that game the whole time. Week 2, they were in that game. Thursday night, they were in that game. They were only down by a max of, I think it was like 15, maybe even 13 points at one point. Like they got a touchdown and it was like a 10-point game or something like that. Like it was within grasp for the Commanders. So that offense, this is not a week 3 Browns. They travel to Ohio and they get beat up by the Browns, who have, a pretty good defense. This is week 1, you take your foot off the gas. Week 2, your foot is not even on the gas because you're struggling a bit here and there. Yes, you're moving the ball, but, you're ticking off clock, but you're still struggling to do what you want to do, and it really shows. Week 3, boom, there it is. You lose your first game. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You look terrible. Your offense is the worst it's been in a long time. This is like, oh my God, look at the Bears. Look at this. Look at the Bears. Seattle's up 21-3. Oh my God, this is our game right here. 3-0. 3-0 right there. Actually, I did not look at the earlier games here. Colts dominated. Pittsburgh won. Good for Aaron Rodgers. Philly did win. That's bad for us. I thought Philly was losing. They were losing when I shut it off. Tampa won. Yeah, that's about how it goes. Like, that's fucking how it goes, because you lost to the goddamn Browns because you're ass. Your offense is ass. Again, how many years have I been calling for this man's job? How many years? 3? Maybe even 4 if you want to go back to me, saying, hey, I don't know how this is. It's 2021. We're 3 years into his thing. I don't know, it's nothing's changing. But 3 years. 3 years I've been calling for this man to change, to do anything. But I'm a small YouTuber, so no one gives a shit because no one sees my videos. And then, because no one saw my videos, I decided, well, I don't want to do this anymore. So I stopped doing it, and I went to work full time. And work wears me out because I'm on my feet all day, and I don't hate my job. I don't hate my job by any means. Like, I don't hate it at all. But it's just I went to the real world, decided to focus on my job. Stop doing YouTube, even though there's always in the back of my mind of, hey, it's always going to be there. I would love to do more. But you go back, you watch a lot of these recap videos, go back as far as 2022. Really, that Colts game in 2022 where we lost on a field goal, because we decided to do a bubble screen. That's the point where I literally switched up on Matt LaFleur and I said we're not winning a ring. And he has proven me right so far. I am going to go on record now, again, saying we will not win a ring with Matt LaFleur as our head coach, who, by the way, I am 99% sure. I will look this up as I'm saying it. I am 99% sure he is our offensive coordinator. I will look this up as we speak. And then we will get out of here. All right, so Matt LaFraud. Yep. It says Adam Stevenson, but he's literally listed as like Matt LaFraud helps scheme. Like it's a duo effort. It's a duo effort. Yeah. Yep. That's yep. When did this guy get this job? Oh, he's from Marshfield. Oh, look, he's from up north. Oh my god. Okay, I can't. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find. Promoted January 1st, 2022. Hmm. Hmm. Huh, interesting. So, since I've been calling out Matt LaFraud, it's been him and the same guy scheming. Hmm. Wow. Wow. 3 years, same offensive D coordinator. He is a D coordinator. He's not a coordinator. He's a D coordinator. You know, whatever that means. We're gonna make up words now. Everyone's been talking about fire Pettine. Pettine's bad. Fire Joe Barry. Joe Barry's bad. No one, no one has been talking about our offensive coordinator. Maybe Matt LaFraud should look into that. Hmm. Hmm. You know. Maybe you go hands off. Maybe you help the defense even more. Take your hands off offense. Let this guy run. Let him fail us for the rest of the year. And then you fire his ass. And then you go ahead, you get another guy, and you say, I'm not going to touch it. You're really good at your job. I'm going to let you do your job, and I'm not going to help out because I don't know what the hell I'm doing either. It's almost like this fan base cares more about this defense and they haven't been paying attention to this offense when you have the greatest fucking QB in history. Yes, I'm sorry. Whatever, Tom Brady's the GOAT, but Aaron Rodgers is the greatest QB. That's, when you have, and even still, if you want to argue Tom Brady over him, you argue Tom Brady over him. He's still the second best QB all time. It's him and Tom Brady. I don't give a shit. You have him there for, 3 years while you're there. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2020. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 years. 4 years. 2021, 2020, one of the years, I think it was 2020, you had Nathaniel Hackett, who was doing really good. We had the best offense in the league in 2020. And obviously he went and got a head coaching job, and then, yeah. So, it's not, I'm putting 90% of the blame on Matt LaFraud, obviously. He's got an offensive coordinator. Like, you have to have an offensive coordinator, but it feels like he's really hands-on with his offensive coordinator and whatever. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I'm not in the building. It just seems like he has been. It seems like he really has gotten a lot more offensive oriented. Maybe because he wanted to help Jordan Love after you have Aaron Rodgers leave. But. Still got to look at him and still got to change this offense because that offense is atrocious and you win offensive game or you win regular season games, offensive games. You win a regular season games. Yeah, okay. You've been to the playoffs like every single year and you're like 1 and done or 2 and done. You only make it to the NFC Championship game because you had a fucking bye because we had the number 1 seed in 2020. So, you know, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? This, again, another year. Another year of me calling for his head. It's 28-3. Seattle's killing them up here. Look at it. I'm gonna wrap up there. Again, I'm not super worried about our defense because when you hold them to 0 for 3 quarters, eventually you're going to get tired, and eventually your offense is going to be your downfall. So they had all 13 points. Jordan Love decided he wanted to throw an interception inside his own 30-yard line, and they got it down to about the 5-6-yard line, whatever. It was inside the 10, whatever it was. Got him right into the game. You knew it was over from the point he threw an interception because Jordan Love is not that good of a QB. He's not as good as what we want him to be. We don't have a triple Hall of Fame QB set. This is what mediocre QBs are like, he had 2 years behind Rodgers. This is bad. Our run game was bad, I still want a wide receiver one. Obviously, Tucker Kraft is doing, basically that job. Has been the first 2 weeks, and then this week he didn't really do anything. He got killed. they were focused on him specifically on offense because they knew you'd take him away. Jordan Love is no one because and then we missed Jaden Reed too, but he's gonna be out for a month for a collarbone injury. We'll see when he comes back. But again, it's week 3. You lost to the Browns. But it's how you lost. It's how you have looked in week 1 and week 2 that no one is talking about. A lot of these analytic guys are going to point out, oh, look at this, look at that, because they win games. When you start losing games, it's like, okay, wait a minute. You tried doing that, you tried doing this. It didn't work this time. What's going on? Did you get lucky? What happened there? So, and again, Browns defense is good. I haven't made a video on it, but I've known they're good. I know you have to watch out for that defense. And our O-line just was dismantled. It was bad today. So, we're done. We're going to move past. We're going to talk about Matt LaFraud. I'll do a video on him later this week. My throat can't take it right now because I am done screaming. I'm done being upset. I'm going to give myself 2 days, 3 days, and you'll see that video Thursday or Friday this week. Because I'm not going to record it till at least Tuesday. I'm done. I'm done. We'll see. But let me know your thoughts. Obviously, go disagree with me in the comments. If you want to disagree, I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm happy with discourse. Talking points. I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't care if you think we had a really good game on offense and our defense let us down, which there's something wrong with that if you think it's on our defense. But, whatever. It's the penalties. It's bitch-ass Morgan, our backup O-line. Again, who had a third or fourth of our penalties. But whatever. I'm done. I'm done harping on it. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out of here. Peace.